your shoulders ache, you have some sort of rotator cuff tear or a shoulder impingement. So you start avoiding pull downs. You stop doing rows and heck no to the overhead presses. Every week your shoulders get tighter and weaker and more achy, but not better. But here's the truth. The exercises that you started avoiding are the exact exercises that could have helped. I've spent over 40 years as a trainer solving shoulder problems, and a lot of them my own. The problem was never the exercises.
In this video, why stretching isn't fixing your shoulder pain, the weak muscle at the root of your achy shoulders, the simple technique that takes the stress off your shoulders, the surprising medical evidence showing what helped instead of surgery, how I fixed over 30 years of shoulder pain with one change.
So here's what happens. You pull the bar down and all of a sudden you feel it in the front of your shoulders. Then you're constantly stretching your shoulders, your neck, and it never feels better. And every time you train your back, your shoulders actually feel worse. It's logical. You think my shoulders hurt, so I should avoid doing those things. The problem is that avoidance actually creates weakness. Weak muscles create instability, and instability often leads to more discomfort and pain. The goal isn't to stop moving, it's to start moving better. Think about it this way. The shoulder is the most mobile joint in your whole body. For it to move safely, the muscles around it need to be strong enough to control all of that movement. But when most people do pull downs, they're shrugging their shoulders up and yanking the bar down with their arms. And that puts the shoulder joint in charge when it's not supposed to be. So when that intricate shoulder joint is doing the work that the large group of back muscles should be doing, it's doing a job it was never meant for, and it starts to complain with aches and pains. I had shoulder pain from about age 16 all the way through to my late 30s, early 40s. It went back to my competitive swimming days, and my shoulders even ached back then. And I just pushed through training, thinking it was something I was always going to have to deal with. What started as general discomfort turned into constant pain. Even when I was no longer swimming and focusing on weight training, the shoulders had that crunchy, rubbing feeling with almost every repetition. And no exercise I did seemed to help. It got to the point where I couldn't do bench press anymore, and I stopped training chest altogether because the stronger it got, the worse my shoulders felt. Then I read that pull-ups can actually help build those muscles that support the shoulders. My first thought was, no way am I going to be able to do a pull-up. I'm not strong enough to do a pull-up, and my shoulders are going to hurt like crazy. But then I thought, they already hurt. What worse can it get? And pull-ups were always raved about for building muscle. And I really wanted to build more muscle. So I started with negative pull-ups. And I was actually shocked because I didn't hurt afterwards. I actually felt a little better. I kept progressing and eventually could do a full pull-up. And that's when I realized my shoulders weren't hurting me all the time anymore. But I was still determined to figure out why I couldn't feel my back muscles when I trained, just like I felt my biceps and chest and legs. So I actually lightened the weight on my pull downs to figure out exactly what I needed to do to feel those back muscles working. And that's when it clicked. This isn't just my experience. Even in the medical world, there's real evidence that the right movement can fix shoulders that were headed to surgery. Dr. John Kirsch, an orthopedic surgeon, wrote an entire book on it, documenting patients who actually avoided rotator cuff surgery through movement instead. See, the problem is most people pull with their arms, but even those people that don't have issues with their shoulders still don't do their back exercises correctly. And I've worked with many experienced lifters and athletes. And when I share this technique that I'm about to give you, they all say the same thing. No one ever told me this. And it's a real small change, but it's the difference between doing a pull down that hurts and one that finally uses your back muscles. So here's the steps to a pain-free pull down system. First is your setup. You have to start with your good posture. Pull your shoulders back and down like you're sliding them into your back pockets. Squeeze your shoulder blades at the bottom. Feel your back muscles there, and then keep it squozen on the return. Yes, I know that's a made-up word, but I use squozen because if you pull down and you squeeze it tightly and you keep it squeezed, all the way up, well, to me, that's sklozen. Get this technique and your pull downs stop being something that hurts your shoulders and start becoming the things that actually protect your shoulders. Fixing your form in this exercise can help you get out of that shoulder pain. But shoulders that stay strong and pain-free need more than just one exercise done right. If you want the full system, I've put together a program that walks you through it step by step, link below in the description.